How did you fall in love with Pokemon? Was it the anime?
The best there ever was to beat all the rest. Yeah, that's my call.
Was it the trading cards?
Those were supposed to be stocked 4 hours ago. This is man.
Oh god, no prismatic evolution packs, really?
Oh shit!
Or was it the games? For me, it was Pokémon Platinum, the first time I'd ever seen Pokemon in my life. This game changed my life. Well, as much as a game can change your life when you're in grade 3. I was officially entering my Pokemon phase. It was love at first sight. Back in 2009, I was at the playground doing what I did best, trying to tie my shoelaces, and failing big time as I waited for my turn on the swing. One of my friends showed me what game they were playing on the DS, and it was Pokémon Platinum. I was mesmerized. I had to have this game. I had to catch them all. This was the moment I fell in love with Pokemon. Now it's time to get nerdy. It's been years since I loved Pokemon, but I'm starting to remember again why I became a fan. Let's go back to when Pokemon games were good, when the developers had the common decency to actually finish the game because there were no online patches. You just got everything that was on the cartridge, and that was it. Before they ran out of ideas and gave us SQ, a penguin with a brain freeze? And Quackable? Is this some sort of exotic dancer for furries? Sorry, I'm definitely not catching them all. There really should be an asterisk on that catchphrase. I gotta catch them all. If the designer spent more than 5 minutes on the design. I can't be the only one who thinks Pokemon isn't the same anymore. I mean, I've tried to catch Pokemon, but my Master Ball stopped working.
What the hell?
Or maybe it's because I wasted it on a Bidoof. Either way, I've got to go check my inventory. Now put your rose-tinted glasses on. Here, I'll do it for you. That's better. What Pokemon Platinum did for me was it helped me understand what it meant to be a Pokemon trainer.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
What it meant to go to the Pokemon Center every 10 seconds because I had OCD and needed my Pokemon at full health at all times.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Are you related to any of the other Nurse Joys?
I'm the second cousin of the sister-in-law of the Joy in Saffron City.
The most embarrassing part is I never checked my inventory, so I didn't learn potions were a thing until I hit the Elite Four. So yeah, it turns out I was playing on hard mode. At 9 years old, my life's work was to get Garantina, Dialga, and Palkia. Was it possible? But my real goal was to beat Cynthia, the champion of the Sinnoh region. Her damn Garchomp was so obnoxious, I needed to teach her a lesson, and then ask her out for dinner at McDonald's. Hey, I was 9.
We should go on a date. I'll take that as a no.
I failed.
This mission felt huge, it felt impossible. This is when Pokemon became epic. I spent months training Pokemon, leveling up my Riolu so it'd become a Lucario, going into the underground to dig for skull fossils, praying I'd get a Cranidos so I could evolve it into the Rampardos. This was my secret life in the mines.
As a child, I yearned for the mines.
Were all the cool Pokemon blue and black? I think so. If you ask me, Gen 4 was the best. Am I biased? Probably. It had the best designed Pokemon and everything you needed for the definitive Pokemon experience. It had amazing legendaries, an epic journey to become the best in the region, and of course the most important thing, Cynthia. It was so easy to get lost in the game at that age. It felt like I could play Pokemon forever. I'd waste days loitering in the grass, just to get an Absol. Did I ever use it in battle? Never, but I needed it to flex on my friends. And we can't forget our rival, Barry, that little twerp. Super impatient and challenging you at the absolute worst possible times. He needed to get a life. I chose Chimchar, obviously, fire type is the strongest, and Fernape looks sick. This guy chooses Piplup. Really? He's that kind of guy, always choosing whatever's super effective against your starter. Come on. You'd just be chilling, and then Barry would harass you. At one point, I considered a restraining order, but Professor Rowan convinced me not to. Otherwise, the game would be rated R. If you're enjoying this video, smash the like button and subscribe for more nerdy content. Pokémon Platinum was really just the start for me. After that, I played Pokémon Heart Gold, which grew my love even more for the franchise. Yes, I guess I thought Ho-Ho was cooler for some reason. He's just a bird with a cool hairstyle. Why didn't I choose Soul Silver? That was probably the hardest choice I've ever made in my life. In Heart Gold, we got another fantastic set of starters, and again I chose the fire type, Cyndaquil. Yeah, I've got a problem. One day I'll choose a grass type. We also got the Pokewalker, which I guess was trying to get me to be more active as a kid. I think I was already healthy enough, but I might have been drinking too much sun-ripe apple juice, which has way more sugar than you think. Heart Gold felt like an extension of everything I had loved about Platinum. It felt like the peak of traditional Pokemon design, especially with 2 full regions after beating the Elite Four. After Heart Gold, I wanted to go back even further. I wanted Rayquaza, so I asked Santa for Emerald, and thankfully, Santa delivered. I got Pokemon Emerald, and for some reason, it already had a save file named Cho. I loved Emerald. It had some of the best legendaries with Groudon and Kyogre, and it still held up after playing the newer games. Plus, playing on a Game Boy Advance game on the DS made me feel like a retro gamer. I was the cool kid. Then came Pokemon Black and White. For me, the legendaries were a little mid, and the designs felt a bit, well, black and white. But I still appreciated what it was doing. It felt like a reinvention of the formula. Only being able to catch brand new Pokemon during the main story recreated the feeling of playing Pokemon for the first time again. Once again, we had solid starters. And then once again, I chose the fire type, Tepig. I really do have a problem. But this is where I started to fall off. I got tired of the grinding. I'd seen the formula enough times. It was time for me to move on. I left Pokemon, never looking back, as I went to high school. Now as an adult, after selling my old Pokemon cards for about $50, after some tense negotiations, I thought it was the final goodbye for me.
るわけじゃねいっそこの毛を買った方が早く冷えるんじゃないかしようどうじゃ綺麗なもんじゃろ
I'm here to say that I still have nostalgia for the Pokemon franchise. Whether the games are good or bad, I'm just glad there are new and old fans sharing their love for Pokemon. What makes Pokemon so special is the thrill of the hunt, the stress of catching a Pokemon, hoping it doesn't break free from the Pokeball, hoping you get that card you're chasing when you open a pack. Pokemon is about being part of a hobby that brings people together, to scout packs from the Pokemon Center. Pokemon is about Game Freak still learning how to be a developer after decades of experience, and somehow still not understanding how to make Windows. Pokemon is about complaining, but it's also about remembering the generation of Pokemon you fell in love with, and the generation where you fell off. At the end of the day, it's about making good memories, and like me, I hope you've got some of those too. Also, can someone explain what Megas are? Why does Rayquaza look different? But kind of better though. I've been gone a long time. So what did you think of the recent Pokemon games? Did you buy any plushies? How does anyone control themselves from buying too much Pokemon merch? Let me know in the comments. And remember, I'm just another nerd. Stay nerdy out there.